Hey, good afternoon, everyone. We will get started here in a minute once everyone rolls on in. Looking forward to chatting. I think we're just waiting for Gelotto and we will hop in. All right, guys, we will go ahead and start with our weekly announcements and more people can join us. All right, so some big visual announcements. We have a leaderboard that is now live on the homepage, so you can see who has the most activity in trading. You can also search by wallet address and their Stargaze name. So another reminder to get a Stargaze name. And the tokenomics update is now in governance. It is a text proposal where there's 3 specific actions. The inflation will be cut by 60%. The max supply will decrease from 4 billion to 3 billion, and 18 million stars from the community pool will go to fund inflation rewards. And also IBC hooks will come with this upgrade, which will help with more seamless swaps with services like Squid. Token Factory will also come with that. The Token Factory is next week, different... and IBC hooks are different props. Sorry about that. Also, the profile has been updated. It's 3 times faster. There's a card view selection, and profile pictures have now moved to the other side of your name. And the offers page is also more condensed and easier to read. The collection and token sorts are also new on each individual collection page. The new filters are latest mints and oldest mints. There is a Commonwealth discussion on funding an ICS 721 super team. These are projects that were successful in Game of NFTs. The first one by Empower Chain is finishing the NFT transfer bridge from ETH to Stargaze through Gravity. ARC Protocol is building an incentives is building a proxy contract for incentive and exit fees for NFT transfers. And the Croncat team is building a Stargaze UI for transfers. And the community vote is active, so have a vote in that. And now we will go ahead and start with the projects for the week. Let's go ahead and start with you, REKT Gang. Welcome.
Jim, how you doing? Thanks for having us.
Thanks for joining. Yeah, so this is a fun project. Tell us all about it and how it came to be.
Yeah, absolutely. I guess we're going to be minting the REKT chickens for free on Stargaze and hoping to onboard a lot of you wonderful people from Stargaze into the REKT Gang community. That is our goal here. It's to make NFTs fun again and to bring some new community members because we think, it's always good to have community growth. We have a great mission at REKT Gang. It's to take care of the REKT, and we'd love to learn more from y'all and I guess share knowledge and tips and tricks to better navigate this crypto ecosystem.
Yeah, so this is a 100% free mint, right?
Yeah, absolutely. So we went with a 5,000 supply. Basically, there will be an allocation for REKT Gang NFT holders. So people that hold REKT Bulls on Juno Network will have priority to mint. But do not worry, there will definitely be some mints left over. And how we decided to do this is to whitelist entire Stargaze. So basically, our goal is to not get botted because a free mint, and we've seen it on every chain. As soon as there's a free mint, people are going to try to bot it. So what we did is we whitelisted entire Stargaze community. We have Women from Cosmos here. We whitelisted, I think, 6 of their collections. And if you hold any of those NFTs, at least one, well, then you'll get 1 whitelist to mint this free REKT chicken. So super simple. Basically, we're trying to get, again, as many unique community members as possible. I know we're tracking actually unique wallets here, but that is the vision, is to do this entirely free. So it's free for REKT Gang holders. It's free for anybody else that mints in the REKT friends space that we'd like to call. And there's going to be some cool utility added on to these PFPs. We think the art is super fun and funny, right? They're like little chickens and they're pixel art. So there's a lot of fun traits for y'all to explore as well. So it's all about, bringing a little bit of joy to the space, because we've seen a lot of projects withdraw some massive amounts of liquidity and people, kind of being bearish on the NFT space. We want to bring some more energy and happiness and joy. So it's basically a free mint to be part of the REKT gang eventually, and maybe use that as a cool PFP.
Awesome. And will people know exactly what they get when they mint?
Oh, that's a great question. I like that. You're so what we're doing here, and I do want to add as well, this is going to be a multi-chain mint. So we're very pro kind of encouraging everybody in the crypto space. We like all the chains. They all have something interesting and unique to offer. They all have some valuable community members. So basically, we will be minting on 3 different chains almost at the same time. So we are minting on Stargaze, on Polygon, and Solana. And it's always the same concept of the free mint. That being said, it's part of this big REKT chickens collection, and we want everybody to reveal their chickens at the same time. Because part of, trading NFTs is also the art, and you want to kind of reveal the art and share that with your friends and be like, hey, I revealed this, what you get. We think that's a super fun process. So it will be very difficult for us to coordinate this if we do all the free mints at the same time. So the way we have decided to go about solving this is we will have a delayed reveal. And I believe this is a new feature on Stargaze as well. So we're super excited to be kind of pioneering this feature. So initially, you will be minting an unrevealed artwork. And in 3 days, when everything is minted out on all these, we'll have the reveal at the same time. We're hoping it works out. It's a lot of, but you'll be able to trade your chickens, meanwhile, the unrevealed art. Before that, maybe you want more. Maybe you're thinking that number 69 is a lucky number and that one hides like a super rare chicken. I don't know. So basically, you can trade your unrevealed chickens and they will reveal in 3 days' time, all at the same time on the free chain. So kind of using that delayed reveal tech on Stargaze to coordinate the reveal on all 3 chains at the same time, and everybody can post pictures and have fun and, just enjoy themselves.
Yeah, very cool. Yeah, you guys are using the updatable metadata, which we've had for a while now, and other projects have used it, but you guys are the first ones to use it to do a mint and reveal on the full mint out. So it's pretty exciting. Yeah, I think you guys are doing like the trifecta of free mint, the updatable, and the flex contract to have the large whitelist.
Yeah, that's a good point. We're also using that flex contract. I want to say how much we appreciate this, because it would have been very difficult for us to do a free mint with a limited amount of whitelists or not being able to update the whitelists, right? Because we are whitelisting so many community members that, we don't even know if they're going to be there on mint date, right? Like a lot of them are maybe on vacation, or they're just not aware that there's a free mint going on and they're whitelisted. So it's really cool that we can kind of do stages of whitelists and basically have the REKT gang NFT holders and then whitelist everybody else and have that flexible approach. I think it's gives us a lot of, we're using all the tools to the full extent, and we think they're very, very important for the ecosystem and useful. So thanks for building them out.
Yeah, thanks for putting them to use. So which collections have you guys whitelisted? I remember you said Women from Cosmos was one, right? And what was the other one?
Your PFP as well. So obviously we had to whitelist the Bad Kids, and hope I don't forget anybody here. But we also whitelisted TSAS, Space Skellies, Kujirans, the Kiwis, the WAD Squad, ONFT, or I guess Wolfman's Project, the Owls. There's 3 collections there that are actually whitelisted, and I'm probably blanking on a few because I don't have the list. But if you're part of a Cosmos community that's been active. Cosmos Apes, we probably whitelisted you. Oh yeah, Pixel Wizards, almost forgot about Bernie. So yeah, anybody that's been on the chain and building, continuing to build, you're probably on the whitelist. I know it's going to be a lot of addresses, but like I said, a lot of these members aren't even aware that we're doing a 3-mint tomorrow. So we're hoping that, you get a chance to mint. Because we're looking at a lot of unique wallets, right? We're going to need about like 2,000 minters, in my opinion, 2,000 unique minters. So I don't know usually how many minters you get on Stargaze, but it's a lot for any chain to get that many unique addresses. So in that sense, we're going to be pushing hard on Saturday as well. That's the mint for the REKT Friends is happening, just so everybody's aware that this is going on.
And the free mint is it's limited to one per person.
Yeah, exactly.
One per wallet.
Exactly. So it's just one per person. Even if you hold like 20 back kids and 20 TSAS and 5, women from Cosmos collections, you are only eligible. If it's in the same wallet, you are only eligible for one. Again, like the vision here is to get as many unique members as possible. We want everybody to have a bit of fun, and it's not because you're a whale and you hold maybe 20 bad kids that you're going to get more mints than somebody holding maybe one NFT from a smaller collection.
Now let's say somebody doesn't hold any of these collections. Is there a way for them to still get on the whitelist?
At this point in time, I will have to say no. We did publish a document as well. If you click on our Twitter account, you can there's a document with all the addresses that were whitelisted, so you can check there. Maybe you hold a collection and you forgot about it. So there isn't a way of getting a mint. And what will happen if we do not mint out is we will be minting the rest probably for REKT Gang holders or REKT Gang DAO actually. So, and maybe we can run some giveaways for people that missed out. But basically, it's too dangerous for us to open a public mint and get botted. That is kind of like my biggest worry with this. Like, I feel a free mint is pretty low risk approach, but if you don't find the people to mint and then you get botted, that can really ruin and screw like the whole distribution and supply and like the whole vision of the thing. So there won't be any public mints basically.
Yeah, no, got it. Well, thank you very much. Let's go ahead and hear from women from Cosmos. First off, I do see Not Risby. I think I saw you in the audience. Feel free to come up here. Oh, there you are. There you are. Oh yeah, let's chat with you as well. You guys are kind of related anyways with a similar project. So let's chat about this one. Welcome.
Yes, let's go ahead and hear from Gelotto because it's going to be a really special collection, and then I can go and talk about the edition. No problem.
Hello there. My name is Risby. I'm the co-founder of Gelotto. I wish our other co-founder could come, but unfortunately he's tied up. But thank you so much for having me up here.
Yeah, thank you very much for joining. So for people unfamiliar with what you guys do, can you give a quick overview of Gelotto, kind of like when you guys started and kind of what the mission is?
Yeah, of course. Gelotto has been alive for almost 2 years now. Our platform has been, actually on Juno for 1.5. And the dream for Gelotto is to create the next theme for Web3, a marketplace where people can come build games. They can use all the tools that we built for them and create really fun stuff. Some of the things that we're building to help empower this is stuff like our own randomness algorithm that's been battle tested, building frameworks so you can use other randomness like noise. We also built out a protocol for crowdsourcing liquidity, so this way you can build something fun, but also have access to liquidity from the community to do fun things with it. We're building out a Gelotto credit system to make your experience easy when building, and also kind of take away a lot of the magic that's required or learning to like interact with dApps on Web3. So overall, that's kind of the dream for Gelotto, building a marketplace where people come build cool things and be able to profit from it.
Great. Yeah. Can you tell us about your previous projects and how it rolled into this one?
Yeah. Before coming into Web3, my co-founder and I, we started several other companies in the past, like AI t-shirt companies. We have also done projects around cloud consulting. We own a mining company. So we've done a lot of Web2 related projects Gelotto was our first time actually coming into Web3. Before coming to Cosmos, we initially started looking at Solana, did some, development there, built some POCs, but ultimately, as an investor in Cosmos and just sort of just playing around with the tech, this place was the place to be with the superior tech, the low cost, and Gelotto is our first, real project in Web3, and I'm excited to see that we built such a strong community, and we're already building pretty fun stuff.
Yeah, you guys have been around for a little bit here too. Tell us about launching your first NFT project and kind of like what you guys learned from there and what you're bringing to this one here.
Yeah, from the very beginning, we really wanted to capture that feeling of back in the day when you would open up a pack of Yu-Gi-Oh! Or Pokemon cards or baseball cards and find something really amazing. Because we're a project that's really focused on community, no VC funding or even investors, we wanted to sort of tie those things together. How can we take that amazing, magical feeling of being, younger, finding these cool things, but also tie it in a way where people actually get ownership of the platform by holding our NFTs and our assets. And that's sort of the idea of where Gelotto Series 1, 2, and 3 came from. I think every great project, every great brand needs like a core collection, a core something that sort of everything is built around. And for us, it's our Gelotto Series. So the way it works is by holding a Gelotto Series 1, 2, and 3, you get VIP treatment on our platform, from discounts, boost on games, early access to everything that we have. And beyond that, you also get a partial ownership of the gaming platform. So each NFT gives you a percentage or a partial percentage of revenue from the gaming platform. Series 1 was 840 supply, Series 2, 420 supply, and Series 3, which, if I'm not mistaken, it's either sold out or there's one more left to be minted. So Series 3 also gives you a much higher revenue sharing per NFT. And honestly, like Series 1 was the first NFT we launched. We had no idea what to expect, how people would sort of, like it. Did we make the cost too high? There's a lot of learnings, I think the first series was a lot of NFTs. Maybe the price could have been a little cheaper. Our community wasn't that well built yet. And I think from there, we took a lot of learnings. We applied it to Series 2. I think people really loved Series 2. It's been minted out. And now we took a lot of learnings from there, applied to Series 3. And I'm happy to see that it's already doing so well. I'm not sure if any will actually make public mint, but I'm just really excited that people are really digging our NFTs and love all the utilities that come with it.
Great. Yeah. And this new series, right? Maria's the artist.
Yeah.
She is. I just want to say, like, from the very beginning, even before Gelotto started, I remember, like, a lot of Genesis collections on Stargaze. Like, that's kind of what drew me, like, towards Cosmos and towards Stargaze. And from the moment I saw, like, Maria's, like, work, I'm like, damn, I hope in the future at some point we can work together. And then after we launched Series 1, some people started recognizing us. I reached out to her. I was like, hey, you have any interest? Gave her some crazy pitches, and it just happened. And honestly, I'm still blown away at how special, like, each of the series, each of the NFTs in Series 3 are literally one-on-ones. And the way they came out, how unique they are, she blows my fucking mind.
Thank you so much. Yes, I have to say, like, I'm really, really proud of this collection. And I love how diverse it is, because we've been, like, talking about different ideas. And that I have to say, like, I love from them, because they send me, like, a lot of outputs and, like, ideas to follow. And I just love it, like, actually giving community the opportunity to have, like, maybe find yourself on a PFP with different bodies, different themes. I hope that community love it. I put, like, a lot of hours behind this work. I had a lot of fun, I have to say.
Yeah, thanks. Rizvi, do you have any tips for other community members on how to build a community? Because you've been pretty successful with it.
I feel like one of the biggest things that we've seen work in other projects, and especially work in Gelotto, is you need to build things in a way where you're continuously being transparent and gaining community feedback. So by making the community a partial owner of your project, getting their feedback, and using that to build the things you're working on, like, as I keep telling people, like, if you go out into a Web 2 world and you try to build a product and try to get feedback from people, it costs a lot of money to get real, genuine feedback. It takes a lot of resources. But if you can build that strong community, be transparent, integrate them part of the entire building process, I think that's kind of what leads to building a strong community. Because ultimately, we acknowledge this, and I wish other projects would as well too. We don't have all the answers. we're good at very specific things, but we do have dreams, ambitions, and the goal is to work with this amazing, set of community that we have. There are other people that are interested in what we're trying to build, and it would be silly for us not to make them part of that process. So that's been successful for us. I feel like that's also been successful with Stargaze. I see you guys taking feedback not only from the creators, but the community. And just that's kind of what led to Stargaze being one of the best NFT marketplaces, one of the easiest NFT marketplaces across Web3.
Thank you very much. Would it be okay to talk about what you're maybe considering building on Stargaze?
Yeah, I guess I can throw it out there. So for people who aren't familiar, we're planning on building out a game called Beef. This is going to be a game focused around customizing monsters, battling, leveling up. But the really cool tech that we're building here is actually evolving NFTs. So originally we're planning on building this on Juno, but because of the state of how things at Juno are going, and the fact that the Beast game is heavily built around NFTs, we're kind of considering maybe Stargaze would be a good home for that. We haven't finalized any details. We're still sort of thinking things through. But beyond Beast, we're also looking to build a NFT battle royale game, which is going to incorporate different NFT projects from Stargaze that can battle each other, level up, and do some cool things. But more information on that will definitely come very soon. And I just realized I probably shouldn't have teased that Beast stuff. I think you were referring to the NFT battle royale game. So I guess that's a little bit of alpha right there.
That's what people come to these spaces for, right? Awesome. Yeah, you've given us a little bit of alpha and a good lowdown on the project. It was great chatting. Well, let's hear from Women from Cosmos about her project as well now. I mean, feel free. You kind of have two right now, huh?
Yes, actually. And I want to say congrats to Gelotto because it's already like 95% minted. I just checked it, like, wow, I'm impressed. Guys, I want you to share your pieces because, Bear Mama here, I want to see what you get. But while talking about the open edition, as soon as I hear about you guys doing this, as I seen this on Ethereum before, I thought that it was like a really cool, opportunity as well to bring my art to other people that maybe cannot afford to have one Woman from Cosmos piece. So I created this piece. I'm gonna pin it now in a second. Well, we're doing a cool thing around this as well. It is 500 stars, the price. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna use these pieces for you to enter on a special raffle. Depending on how the open edition mint goes, it's gonna be one or two one-on-one pieces created by me. I've been requested like several times along this past month for a lot of you guys in the audience, like if I can commission for you. So now finally it's happening. I'm gonna create a one-on-one collection on Stargaze to continue growing. If you mint two of these open edition pieces, what we're gonna do is we're gonna burn one, but please guys, don't burn it yourself. You have to go to our Discord, open a ticket, you share your status address so I can check it, keep a track on it. That second burn piece will give you one ticket to enter the raffle, so just adding an extra fun thing. And yeah, basically that. I mean, I think it's a cool function to try as well. I wanted to give the opportunity to more people to join our universe. The piece is called The Awakening. It has a small poem as well with it. And I hope you all guys love it.
Yeah, thanks. Yeah, it's a really nice piece, and it makes it much more accessible to people who aren't able to get any of the original collections. And so people will be able to win a one of one, or like are you going to make them specifically for them?
Yeah, exactly. So it's actually like if you commission me, but for free. I'm gonna create the piece you want based on whatever picture you send me. And that's why I wanted to do it with this. So, like being a cheap mint in the sense like you can meet several and then have more options, more tickets to win the raffle. Just have some fun as well.
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, I like how everyone's coming up with different ideas to use the open edition minter and gamifying different experiences. Is there kind of a time limit on this? Is there going to be like one raffle or multiple raffles? When will that happen?
Well, it's gonna happen when the mint ended, and I put like 2 weeks, like the previous open edition mint. And depending on how the mint goes, it will be 1 or 2 raffles. Hopefully, we ended up doing 2. Yeah, we're gonna do it as soon as this mint finish. But as soon as you can start minting tomorrow, you can start like open tickets on Discord for me to start keeping track of how many tickets you have, and we move from there.
Okay, great. Thanks a lot. Let's go and hear from Eljon. Ijon, sorry, Ijon.
Hi, Rowan. Hi, everyone. Nice to be here again.
Yeah, thank you for joining us. Tell us about your work.
Yeah, we're super happy and excited to go up with Maria and the REKT gang and Gelotto, and we have like an open edition piece that is coming. It was the idea behind it was to celebrate Stargaze and its projects. Initially, we did it for the launch of the open editions 2 weeks ago, but I think it still fits because open editions are still new. I think the piece is really nice, and Stargaze is still pretty young and just a bit more than 1 year old. So yeah, the idea was to depict our favorite and, in our opinion, the most iconic collections on Stargaze in one piece, or at least a selection of them. Sounds really hard if I say those are the ones, but I think they are at least among the ones. And we also thought how to choose the style of the image, and we thought Stargaze is most well known for the Bad Kids collection, so we tried to do an homage with the style we choose, and drew it by hand on paper with how are these called in English? Crayons? No, I think just not it, but like with Faber-Castell.
Maybe colored pencils?
Colored pencils, exactly, yeah. The ones that you can work with water and everything. So yeah, that was the idea. And for the background, we added some, like a night photography, a night sky captured on film to add to the Stargaze theme.
Oh, nice. So it's like a composite as well.
Yep.
We
tried to make it fit. Oh, like of course, there's like the squad is in there, so you will see an homage to Maria, to one of Maria's pieces. You have a Stargaze punk in there. Of course, you have like a Bad Kid variant in there, but also an ape, a Thesis, and or a Cosmos ape. We couldn't decide which one, so we hope like everyone picks what he likes. There's a Stardy, of course. I'm like the biggest Stardy fanboy out there. There's a Pixel Wizard, for example, but I don't want to spoil all of them. The idea was just to create a fun piece that everybody likes, and we were really happy that we didn't go with pixel art this time, because we really want to do that in the future after seeing the contribution by Stargaze Rooms with the Stargaze Alliance Open Edition that we really, really like as well. And it goes for a similar theme, I think.
Yeah, so it's a nice collage with a bunch of projects from Stargaze that have been around almost from the start.
Yes, exactly.
Awesome. Let's go ahead and get any questions from the audience for any of the projects we have up for REKT, from Cosmos, Gelotto, or Ijon. Please request to speak, and we will get your question answered. REKT Gang, I've got a question for you. So this is now going to be your first official project on Stargaze, right? Can we hope for anything else to come?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we're working on this very hard. I think everybody in our community is aware, but we'd love to have the REKT bulls that are on Juno Network to be able to migrate them to Stargaze. And I think there was a lot of good news around ICS, interchain, migration of NFTs or interoperability, however you want to call it. So we'd love to bridge over our bulls from Juno to do Stargaze, that'd be fantastic whenever that tech is ready on mainnet. So looking forward to that. But meanwhile, I guess all the bull holders will have a chicken collection on Stargaze, and we're excited to learn more about the ecosystem. Obviously, I think you guys have some new cool stuff coming up. I'm very excited myself for the AMM. I don't know if that's when that's coming, but I'm pretty bullish on that, as well as the new NFT staking that you guys will be launching. So I think there's a lot of cool perks on Stargaze, and we can't wait to have something, tangible like an NFT, I guess, on the ecosystem in order to kind of explore it more and develop the community.
No, for sure. Yeah. I think we may have chatted about this last time as well, but yeah, how do you keep your community so active and engaged as well? Like, I know you guys are also very conscious about the number of collections you drop and like where you do it.
Yeah, well, that's kind of out the window with this chicken collection. We're like 20K over 3 chains. You know what? We kind of felt like we really want to bring more people in the community. And at this time of the NFT market, asking for funds is just not very feasible. Well, I guess, asking for a lot of funds, right? Like, mints that are mid-sized, that's fine. But our goal here is to bring new people in. So we felt like a free mint was the best way. And once you go the route of free mint, you can kind of expand your mind and just do a collection as big as you want. Obviously, these chickens won't have the same DAO rights as our OG collections like the wolves, the trippies, and the bulls, but they'll still have plenty of fun things planned for the chickens. So at that point, like, I feel sometimes we're playing a lot on the scarcity of things. And if we think that this market is going to grow, I don't think we should limit that. I feel like initially I was like, a small collection is good. Like when we were minting 2 years ago, almost, we're like, got to keep a small supply because then the floor price can go up really quickly since it's so illiquid. It's pretty easy, right? But at the same time, once that happens and you do get that high floor price, unfortunately, the barrier of entry is quite high. So a lot of people just, can't afford or don't see the value in buying a REKT wolf for whatever price it is. But if it's a free mint, I mean, there's no financial barrier here at that point, and you can kind of dabble into the community. And if you do enjoy what you're seeing, maybe eventually you will buy a REKT wolf or REKT Gang NFT, or you'll keep your chicken and that's enough for you and you're having fun and that's cool. So yeah, just to kind of get back to the supply thing, I think we, the goal here is to getting more members in your community, and that's how we can keep the engagement up. We have more people cheering on and sharing content and creating memes and, doing research on what's cool to mint and what airdrop to farm. It's much easier when you're a group than of a lot of people than, there's 2 of y'all, and that can get a little discouraging because it's a lot of work. So I guess my advice here is try to get more people into your project. That would be like my goal for people that are building in the bear market. I think that's the most important part. And once you have that and the bull turns around for the NFTs, then you already have all this community of shillers that will be attracting more people in. It's kind of like a positive loop. You get more people want to join, and so on.
Yeah, more distribution. And will the chickens have pretty much all the same access as the REKT wolf and the REKT bulls? I mean, I assume there's maybe some private channels that they may not get into, but it's part of the main community, right?
Yeah, basically, we will, I don't want to reveal too much, but they will have a time-limited access to Discord. So where the value lies within the REKT Gang, I think the most quote-unquote financial value of buying this NFT is in our alpha chat, which is very curated and usually does well. So a lot of people that buy REKT Gang NFTs, if they're only looking at it from a purely financial perspective, is because they want to join the alpha channel, maybe get some whitelists and things like that. So we will give them access, but it will be time limited, and then we'll create some sort of gamification around them getting access, so they'll get a taste for sure. And if, like I said, if they do like the the value proposition that we have, they might want to upgrade, or they might want to accumulate more chickens, because that would be a way to get access as well. So there's going to be a few ways, but initially, if we're going to try to onboard them as much as possible and ungate as many channels as possible. That makes sense.
Okay, thank you very much. All right, guys, just a reminder, you are welcome to come up and ask a question or make a comment with any of the projects. Not Rizdi, yeah, I have a question for you as well. So, like, generally we've seen projects kind of like go wider, right? Now, do you have a smaller collection? Can you tell us the strategy behind this to make it a smaller, much higher priced collection from the larger collections y'all have had?
Yeah, I think to me it's all about storytelling. And in the beginning, because Gelotto was still relatively new and we didn't have a big community, we figured, hey, a larger collection, lower price is probably the way to go. But as we started building that community, it seems kind of fun to start with something big, slowly whittle it down, and get to the bear, which is our newest collection, 69. And I kind of like the idea of smaller collection just because that's where you can do a lot more artistic work, make it really cool. Where if you have hundreds or even 1,000 plus, some of them will lose its uniqueness. So I think there are places in the future we will do larger collections with different utility. Nothing else will have the utility that series 1, 2, and 3 have. But I will always kind of be a fan of the smaller, more intimate collections.
Yeah, and can you tell us about how you decided to price this collection?
Yeah, the price really just came down to, because all of them have the same exact utility, and the difference is each collection gets 1% of the gaming revenue, which in the future will increase with governance. So due to that, because the first collection had 840 supply, second one has 420, just based on how much each share of the NFTs will get, it seemed around, honestly, we were probably going to make them a bit more expensive based off the math we have done. But because it's a bear market and we really, really want to support a lot of our early community members, we kind of decided 35K stars whitelist and 50K public was probably a good number based off the rewards that are being generated by the other collection, plus other things that we have in the pipeline.
Can you talk a little bit about the numbers? Anything you have at hand?
Yeah. In total so far, since Series 1 and 2 have come out, and we released Staking of the House, almost $3,000 in rewards have been sent to our holders. On top of that, because you get access to exclusive things like free poker game, merchandise discounts. Poker alone, we're probably giving away over, maybe $5,000 to $7,000 in rewards. And now we have another big set of poker games that are coming up in soon. So all in all, I would say well over 10K USD has been given away to our holders who hold our Series 1 and 2 and have VIP.
Yeah, very cool. Yeah, that's a lot. All right, guys, any questions for the projects at hand here? Women from Cosmos and iJohn, do you guys have plans to do other open edition mints?
Go iJohn, and let you go first.
You're too nice. I have no idea. I think we'll try with this one, and if it goes well, why not? Because I think there are various options, especially if you're going for one-of-one pieces that you want to do that take a lot of work to do them seasonally or regarding specific events. I think there's quite a couple of use cases for open editions. So we're not sure, but we may.
It's an experiment. And women from Cosmos?
Yes, actually, I've been sketching different pieces on my notebook since I launched the first collection back in March 22. And I maybe continue a little series of open edition following, different feeling and emotion. This one is the awakening, start, the beginning point. And I have at least 2 more to continue.
All right, thank you very much. If we have anyone that has any questions or comments for the projects up, please request to speak. You guys are a little quiet today. Usually we have a few. REKT Gang. Oh yeah, you got a question? Go ahead.
Well, I had a question for you guys. Is that a thing?
Oh yeah. People ask us questions all the time. hopefully I could answer.
Yeah, well, obviously it's going to be a when quest. So
Oh, great.
I'm excited about, I guess you mentioned this a few times. Would you have any tentative dates for us for the NFT staking and the AMM? Just wondering.
I can't give any tentative dates, but we have been talking about using Astroport as the AMM, and the NFT staking is still being like designed and redesigned. So no hard dates on that yet, but
I meant
keep on asking every week.
AMM. Sorry.
Oh, the NFT AMM. Yeah. The contracts are done. We're pretty much just working on the front end for it. So sooner than you'd think, but again, I don't want to give any dates because it could either be sooner or it could be later than that. More than a couple of weeks. So let's say that less than a couple of months.
That's good enough for me, man. Thanks.
And we will actually have Token Factory, I believe, live next week. So that's something you guys can play with. It'll be available through the CLI. So you'll have to do it through the terminal, but you guys will be able to have fun with that as well. Any other questions for Stargaze? A creator question for Stargaze.
Well, I do as well have a question.
Okay.
Have you guys considered implementing the whitelist option for the open edition?
Yeah, that's actually been a requested feature. So each of the ecosystem projects at launch, they have a channel in our Discord. So there is an open edition channel, and the developer of that is from the REKT team. They're very open to hearing feedback, and then they'll add those features over time. But the whitelist feature, is definitely something that's been requested recently. Let me see if we have what other ones were there. I believe being able to open the mint up as well to add another one. It was a requested feature. There's a few other too. But yeah, it'll be there. But the Stargaze team is not the one that developed the contract itself. And Rizvi?
I'm happy to open, the factory stuff is coming to Stargaze. So question, in the future, would it be possible, like when you buy or interact with an NFT on Stargaze, can it somehow cost another asset? Like, and if you wanted to buy this NFT for 3,000 stars, but at the same time you have to burn another token, X amount to make the transaction happen. Is that something you guys are looking at, or something you'll, try to make happen in the future?
Sorry, I was muted. So you're talking about burn to mint?
Yeah, basically. So right now, when you try to buy any NFTs on Stargate, you're basically only using stars, right? So I'm asking, would there be a possibility of adding a different asset?
So there's going to be an IBC minter where you can pretty much use any asset to mint with. So that that's the currency that you're minting with. And I see Shane's coming up to speak, so he may be able to give you more finer details on that.
Hey guys, I just want to add to that. So we're working on a burn feature. So initially, when that is launched, you mint by burning another NFT or burning actually amounts of NFT, burn 2 new ones. But you want to, let me get what you're trying to do. You want to be able to burn a certain amount of tokens? Is that it?
Yes. Correct. When we build a base game out, everything in that game is going to have a burn mechanism, especially around trading NFTs. So when you trade our NFTs or sell NFTs, a portion of the beast tokens will get burnt. So I'm just kind of wondering if that's something that might be possible on Stargate in the future.
Okay, so burn a certain amount of fungible token. That's what you do, right? And then
Correct, exactly.
Oh, okay, yeah. So we're actually building out that functionality. So can use that when that's done. So yeah, you'll be able to burn set amount of fungible token with that. Basically, all you're really doing is you're setting the payment address to a burn address. So instead of getting the payment, it gets burned.
Perfect. Thank you so much for that. Beyond excited for that feature to come out.
Awesome.
Great. All right, guys. Any more questions for us? REKT Gang, Gelotto, iJohn, Shane, Stargaze. We're all here.
I guess, you talked about, or I guess I talked about bridging of NFTs, wondering when that's going to be live because I saw the proposal on Stargaze. So when do you guys expect that feature to be on mainnet, and even bridging from Polygon or Ethereum to Stargaze as well is pretty interesting.
Yeah, so we just finished Game of NFT, putting so the protocol for interchain NFT transfers is called ICS 721, and Game of NFT just finished. So we got to see a lot of demos, and that code got battle tested. And the next step is to kind of clean it all up and get it production ready. So we worked on building out this ICS 721 super team, what we're calling it. And they're going to help us get this stuff into production. So basically, we have stuff working on testnet. Things have to be cleaned up. And so that's kind of where we are right now. But the thing is, we have to design some kind of like rate limits and stuff like that, because there's also ways to abuse it. So that's our biggest concern right now, because it can also cause a lot of liquidity drain if it's not designed carefully. And we have to work with the creators and stuff like that too, right? So there are some creators that for some whatever reason don't want their NFTs outside of Stargaze. Then there's other creators that don't mind at all, right? So and then sometimes there's maybe the community wants it or the holders want it, and sometimes they might not. So we have to kind of design a governance system, something where the creator has a say, the holders have a say on how to kind of go about with it. So that's kind of where we are now. Like, I don't know, the expression like the last 20% takes 80% of the time. That's kind of where we are now. We're trying to, it's done, it's working, but we have to, finish up the bits and bits to get it fully production ready. Yeah.
So soon.
Yeah, so much is going on right now. We're working on so many things at once. So that's.
Oh, and one thing I forgot to mention is that some Stargaze team will be in Europe in the coming weeks at AwesomeWasm and ETCC and OsmoCon and Nebular. So come say hi if you see us around. And Shane will be talking as well at two of those conferences, OsmoCon and AwesomeWasm. So that talk will be up some weeks after, I'm assuming. And M, hey, welcome.
Hey, good evening, everyone. I had a question for Berserker. Is the REKT chickens also? I missed the beginning of the space. Is it also transferable, all three collections, to different chains? And is Solana part of those chains too?
Yeah, so actually it's not transferable on Polygon nor on Solana, but I guess we're talking about this ICS 721 standard, and possibly, in the future, they will be transferable. The chickens on Stargaze, basically, we will enable some sort of bridging, but then again, I mean, I don't know if you want to do that. So we want to be bridging from Juno to Stargaze, not from Stargaze. And the Polygon ones, actually, they have on-chain storage, so we'd rather not ruin that through a upgradable contract. And the Solana ones, Solana, they don't like to make friends with the bridging solutions. So right now, they only have like a one-way wormhole thing going, and it's pretty complex to get that enabled. So until they implement Axelar, I don't think that will be an option for now. So hope that answers your question.
Yes, perfectly. Thank you, Berserker. I also had just a follow-up question. Is there possibly in the future like staking with the platform?
Oh yeah, man! I'm
friend
excited to try some of these Stargaze features that exist. So I know what you're talking about with ONFTs. It's not custodial staking that's enabled on Stargaze and Polygon, which is pretty cool that they have that. But I'm most excited about and I hope I don't mess up the word, is the super cooled staking on Stargaze, which is basically kind of to me, a big differentiator of this ecosystem, because you'll be able to stake your chickens and earn stars, which is way better than any, I don't want to say this, but shit token that I
That's debatable.
right? So Yeah, this is
That's
a real token with real utility.
Also the cool thing about that is that it secures the chain at the same time, right? So there's no NFT staking anywhere else that I'm aware of that actually provides a benefit to the chain by most of them you just lock it up for a period of time and you earn sort of reward token.
Yeah, NFT staking is so stupid. Like on other chains, right? It makes no sense. Why are you staking your NFT? Like it doesn't do anything. You're just reducing the supply because you want the floor price to go up and making it more liquid. So like, conceptually, I feel it makes no sense. I like non-custodial staking. I guess you're rewarding holders, but you're not punishing them by forcing them to put something in a usually unaudited smart contract. But here, it makes so much sense. You're getting real rewards. You're securing the chain. I'm extremely bullish on this concept. So I'm very excited. When?
Well, okay. Actually, since I have you guys on the call, I have a question. So, still in the design process. And I'm thinking if we should add liquidations because I know liquidations can be scary for some people. But the thing is, it enables you to tweak your risk a little bit, right? So let's say you want to earn a bit more yield. You can adjust your risk tolerance, but you have there's a possibility of getting liquidated and losing your losing your NFT and it gets sold in the marketplace, right? The cool thing about that is that it brings some kind of protocol revenue if there's a liquidation, but it's bad for the user, but it might be good for revenue for the protocol. But then it enables you to kind of adjust your risk and earn more yield. And I know some people are scared about it, but that's kind of something I'm kind of going back and forth on and would love some community feedback on it. And I can write up like a post on this stuff too to get some more feedback on it. But since you guys are here, what do you guys think about that?
Maria, you want to go ahead? I'll go ahead.
Yeah. I'm gonna go ahead, but I'm gonna disappoint you guys because just wanted to say that I have to leave. So I'm gonna leave you here with the conversation. I'm gonna listen to the recording. Thank you so much, guys, for having me. Wait for you tomorrow for the mint of all of us. I will try to mint all of the collection coming, and have a lovely day.
Thank you for joining. You have a great day yourself.
Thanks, Maria.
That's Wolfman. You just beat Risby. So let's hear from you.
Well, I just wanted to comment too on the REKT chickens. What's up, guys? It's good to see everybody. One of the cool things too is we'll make it to where you'll be able to stake with Stargaze and with ONF to still have community tokens and all the different cool stuff there. And you'll also be able to stake and earn stars as well. So that'll be really cool. And I'm really looking forward to it. I think the model's really good. I think it's going to be awesome.
Awesome. Yeah, let's hear from Risby.
I really love the idea of NFTs being liquidated. I do get why some people may be turned off by this. It would be awesome if both options were available, but you somehow got more reward or something additional by opting into the NFT potentially being, liquidated. If you do that, if you kind of get both sides of the people like me who like to degen a bit more, some of my NFT that'd be okay potentially getting liquidated.
Oh yeah, I think that's a good idea. I think that's something that's doable, like making it right. So maybe you'll have like a lower and higher. Cool. Yeah, thanks. Thanks for that.
Thanks. REKT, let's hear from you.
Yeah, I guess there's a few points. So one way of doing this that I feel is a little safer, but it's up to y'all, is doing a timed liquidation. And what I mean by that is because if you're looking at the floor price and floor price goes down and you get liquidated, then that sucks, right? But if it's more of a timed liquidation, you did not pay back by a certain amount of time, then I feel like that's more fair. Like there's a few loan protocols that exist on the EVMs where they either, there's a floor price and a lot of people do that because they get to buy NFT for cheap, but it always feels bad. But there's another one that does it by time. So if you don't repay your loan by 3 months, then you get liquidated that way. I do think it's fine to liquidate. That's your own prerogative to have taken off a loan, if we can use that word. So to me, it's fine, but just kind of you'll have to do the math on this because you don't want to add too much risk to the platform because that brings a lot of leverage. And we've seen what happened on Ethereum in the past few weeks how the floor prices plummeted, and most of it is because there was so much leverage. You know, a lot of people took loans off their Bored Apes or Azukis. A lot of people were shorting the market, and obviously there was the blur bidding. So just be careful, I guess, and keep it like small scale initially, and then if it works well, maybe afterwards you can offer more loans or bigger loans or yeah. So that'd be like do the math first, because adding too much leverage too quickly can be a bad thing.
Yeah, that's a really good idea. So you can have, you can have like a margin call, right? And have a period of time that allows you to go in and like, add some more stars or something and top up your position so it won't get liquid. Yeah, that's a great idea. And yeah, there's so much like there's also like elements of like lending and borrowing there too. So that's why I'm kind of looking at the design carefully, because there's kind of many directions that kind of design can go in.
Yeah. Yeah. Thanks a lot, REKT, for the comments. Sandra, welcome.
Hello. Well, first of all, I want to say that I don't have so much practice with my English, so I'm so sorry, but I will do my best. I have 3 questions. I would like to know if you have any ideas for the Latino community talking about creators. And I would love to know something about the onboarding, because I think it's a important thing to give attention. And the last question is about creators, but music. Can you tell me something about this, please?
Yeah. So I think your first question was about the Latin community, right? Yeah, we are reaching out to them. One of the team members is specifically working with the Hispanic community. I think you may have talked to them, Little Gains. We do have one of our co-founders is from Guatemala. We also have what was I thinking? We have a lot of Spanish-speaking creators, and Maria, who was just here, was one of them as well. So there's definitely a growing community. I think the Pepes are from Argentina. I know we have a couple more. Stargaze from Brazil as well. And then your second question was about creators. I'm sorry, what was the second question?
About onboarding, because I could see that there is a lot of people buying NFTs, but a lot of them are actually artists. So I was thinking about make a link, but with people who likes to buy art, but there are not artists, you know?
Yeah. So that's that's kind of what the community is for, right? The marketplace and the launchpad. Yeah, we want to connect artists with buyers. So there are people who want to buy art, and we will showcase the artists for them. But is there anything in specific you think that we should be doing? Like, do you have any ideas for onboarding?
Sure. Actually, I have some of them because I am working as an art curator, and I have been working in this world about NFT, but well, it's too long to explain. So I'm sorry, maybe we can talk about this later.
Sure. What was your last question?
About music. What about
music?
Do you?
Yes. So we've had a couple of music projects launch. NFTVs has launched a handful of projects. He was also the first one to do a record on here as well. He's combined it with some kind of like modular video art as well. Most recently, we had Yuri, who's a very, very talented violinist, launch an open edition with one song. And we're working on something for like 808. Which is like August 8th, which is like a drop of music. which is still in the works. But yeah, there'll be more information about that. But yeah, if you have any musical artists that would like to launch projects on Stargaze, please reach out or have them fill out the form. Yeah, definitely love music. I don't know if you guys knew this, but Shane was also really big into music. He was in many bands back in the day, and that's actually originally where we met, at a music festival.
Thank you.
We don't have to what?
Yeah, we don't have to bring up my other life here. It sounds like years ago. I mean, it was years.
It was fun. I think your demon dude has a mohawk, right?
True.
Ijon, yeah. Welcome, Beth.
Hi. Just wanted to say that I'm really excited about NFT staking, especially if you look at like small artists that mainly bring like small collections or one-of-one pieces. I think that's a great way for them to get some utility, to say basic. And I was wondering if it is, if the possibility is coming to pay on Stargaze in any IBC token, like you can on Osmosis right now already, I guess. I was wondering, how does that influence the staking rewards? Are we can we expect to see like a basket of dust coming in, like on Gravity Bridge and Quicksilver and Stride and so?
Let me try to let me clear up your question. Are you asking, when you stake, would you get rewards in other assets besides stars? Is that your question?
Yeah, exactly. And it also extends to the NFT staking and maybe to the staking as an atom holder when once Stargaze becomes an economic zone, if that will happen.
Yeah. So So for NFT staking, we're thinking that anyone can add rewards to it, add external rewards. So let's say that you want to reward a certain collection that is staking. You could add some other token, let's say, Osmo, whatever, to that pool. And then that'll also get distributed as a reward for staking.
Interesting.
Thanks. Sure. Yeah, thank you for the question. All right, guys, we're a little over our hour here, so I think we'll go ahead and call it. This Friday is going to be a very fun Freshman Friday, and I'm looking very forward to it. Thanks again for joining us, and we will chat next week. Have a great one. Bye.